Well, he's probably my best friend, so I can say a lot of great things about him. But we, of course, I actually, when I came to California to, I can't remember why I came, but I thought, I'm going to come to California, I'm going to marry John Travolta, I'm going to, whatever these things in my head said. So
he ended up working with him.
So when I met him the first day, I thought, he's John Travolta. I was totally impressed. But I'd flown into town from doing a movie. I think I was doing Shoot to Kill with Sidney Poitier and Tom Berenger. So I was like all full of myself and all cocky, like, I'm working with these people. And now I'm going to meet with John Travolta. Well, I'll give him a look-see and see how stupid. Anyway, I meet him at my agent's house. And John in real life is even bigger and more dynamic than he is on screen, if that's even possible. And so I was really in awe, and I reverted right back to the girl who wanted to go to California to marry John Travolta, like probably everybody in the country, every woman that moved to California.
He's an impressive dude, but he also can be really funny as hell when he was.
He's hysterical.
He's hysterical.
We spend probably, if I go to dinner at his house, and I'm there for 6 hours, 5 hours is doing skits. He does all these he can mimic anyone, and he does all these characters, but he's incredibly funny. His wife has become one of my very best friends, and it just turned, we did 3 movies together, though. And then he came and did my show. He did a couple of my shows. So, what can I say? He's just the best.
Did you see him in People vs. OJ?
I did. I did. Now, I don't like to make.
Pretty intense.
Let me see. I'm just going to say this. I'm finding wood. I think he's going to win the Emmy. Yeah.
He was remarkable in that.
He was remarkable.
Complete transformation.
He's a chameleon, isn't he?
He's a complete transformation. But I'm like a huge Saturday Night Fever fan, so I loved him, way back then, and even before that.
He's changed the culture of this country, the way it dresses, and the way it dances, and the way it sings, 3 or 4 times over.
Veronica's Closet. That was a good show.
Thank you.
It seemed to be. It seemed to have been taken out way before it. It had a chance to really get to where it needed to get to.
It was a funny time. Sometimes when you're talking about TV shows, especially at that time, you can say there's expensive shows and there's not so expensive shows. And Kaufman, Bright, and Crane, who were the showrunners and producers of Friends.
They're amazing showrunners.
Yeah, amazing showrunners, but they were producers of Friends, and Friends was at the top of the charts. We did Veronica's Closet. It came out of the chute in the top of the charts. And then they were doing Jessie, Christina Applegate's. So we had 3 expensive shows. And then it was the season that Friends were all making like $8 billion an episode, And it's also hard to be a showrunner producer because the showrunner in Hollywood, when it's on a show like that, is actually, they are the head writer. And so they are the writers. They're not just producing it like the guys who come up with the money or something. They're actually in the room writing everything. So to write 3 different major shows like that,
it's murder.
Yeah, and Friends won.
As if being a showrunner on one show isn't hell to begin with.
Right.
But it was a really good show, though. I really liked it.
Thank you. Yeah, but Friends won, and rightfully so, because it's just an incredible amount of work, and it's. I don't think you'd see it again, that someone would be the showrunner of 3 shows at the same time.
All right. The last thing I want to touch on, and then I'm going to throw it out to the folks. I loved you on Dancing with the Stars. I know it's kind of ridiculous, but I have a kind of a voyeuristic interest in that show. I just love to watch people.
Let's hear about that.
Well, I just like it's fun to watch people that may or may not have had any real experience in professional dancing before try and do it, and it's because you kind of imagine yourself what you would be like in that situation. You were damn good.
Thank you.
You really were.
Thank you. It was really hard work.
Kirstie has some moves.
Super, super duper hard work.
And the guy, Max, he's incredible.
Yeah, he was incredible.
And you got to on one of them. You did a couple of them, right? On one
Oh, I came back and did the All-Stars. That was a mistake.
But on your real run, you got to second place, I think, right? Or third or second?
And the first one, I was the runner-up. Which is, we know that
amazing.
there's nothing good about being the runner-up.
I think it's pretty impressive, honestly.
I don't. I just think it was like, what, I've come all this way to be the runner-up? I mean, there's no glory. So, no, but then when I did the All-Stars, it was a stupid move on my part because, you know, the first one that I did with Max it was sort of evenly matched. Nobody was great. Everybody was like either bad or okay, but nobody was great. And that was good. So, and then, you know, so we're working really hard to become pretty good, you know, but nobody was great. And then in the All-Stars, you know, Shawn Johnson, you know, Olympic gymnast. I think the second, or maybe the first dance out, she's doing a backflip off of the orchestra orchestra pit.
Yeah.
And then doing flips across the floor, and I was like, oh my God, what have I done, what have I done, what have I done? and there was, but it was studded with people that were brilliant like that.
I just think you're a brave woman. I just admire you. I think it's the fact that you do that is so great. And,
thank you.
Come on, you went for it, girl. So, all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's really a pleasure. Let's throw it out to the folks. Okay, here we go.
Hi, I'd like to thank you for coming today. You're my favourite Lieutenant Saavik, and you made me laugh so hard as Rebecca on Cheers. So I just wondered, basic question, this is your first Star Trek convention. How are you enjoying it, and is it what you thought it would be?
It's actually cooler than I thought it would be. Yeah, you know what every person that I've talked to is really nice and really, I don't know, just easygoing, nice and easy to talk to. And it's also, I haven't really gotten to walk around and see it because I've been sitting like this or sitting like that, you know. But it's pretty spectacular what's been accomplished by all of these science fiction things. And you know, like someone will hand me a poster to sign and there's 100 signatures on it and they've been working on it for 10 years. So I'm really impressed. I look forward to doing another one.
Yes. That's what we like to hear. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, over here, we go to the other side.
Ms. Elliott, if you don't mind me saying so, after all these years, you still look amazing.
I
don't mind
that.
you saying so.
My question is about the look of Saavik.
Yeah.
Because all the Vulcans in Star Trek, including Saavik in Star Trek 3, all had the pointed ears, but then they also had the upswept eyebrows. And I noticed that your eyebrows, to me, in the movie, kind of looked more, or just basically humanish. There wasn't any type of makeup applied to your eyebrows in the same way that, say, Mr. Nimoy had them. And was that, a conscious decision on Nick Meyer's part, or the makeup department? Or?
You know, I don't know the answer to that. I just know that Nick noticed that when I would be reading, when I was auditioning, my eyebrow goes up on its own. And because I was a half-breed, I was a Romulan and Vulcan, I think I could have a different appearance. I don't know why they changed it after that. I sort of liked that there was a, I don't know, I sort of liked it when I didn't, I definitely liked it in the makeup chair when I didn't have to put on a lot of extra makeup. I had enough, you know, those ears take about an hour or two to put on. So, that was enough makeup for me. So no one said anything and I didn't say anything. It's just like, I'm going with my own.
And honestly, we love your eyebrows, so.
Thanks. But I don't know, that's a good answer. I mean, that's a good question, I just don't know the answer. And then, Gene Simmons is Gene Simmons. He's very dynamic and outspoken and genius. He has the IQ of probably 200, he's crazy. But, I wasn't in that movie very long. I think that's the first movie I did where someone killed me. Mm-hmm. And, he stabbed me in the throat, which I thought was sort of romantic in some weird way. I'm always looking for the romance in movies. Even when I did Star Trek, I said to Bill, I think that we have a flirtation with each other in the movie. But they didn't. I mean, I'm totally making that up. And then when we were in the elevator, remember when I'm like, well, sir, I was flirting with Kirk. I don't even think I had that emotion in me, but I did it anyway. So working with Tom and Gene and again, you had these different actors that you know, they just sort of rocketed. So it was fun. It's the first sci-fi movie I'd done since I'd done Star Trek.
Thank you.
I couldn't say enough great things about how wonderful it's been having you here with us.
Thank you all very, very